Air fryer toaster oven brands are lying to you about capacity. That number on the box? It's marketing, not reality. Today, I'm exposing the gap, because buying the wrong one doesn't just waste money. It wastes every meal after. I've tested every product in this lineup against its stated capacity claim, not the ideal conditions number. The real one. What you actually get when you use it like a normal person. Some of these hit their mark, some fall embarrassingly short, and the price gap between them is not what you'd expect. The cheapest option here is not the worst performer. The most expensive is not the best. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one to buy at your budget and which ones to scroll straight past. No sponsored reviews, no manufacturer talking points. Just the data and what it actually means for your kitchen. 24 cooking functions. That's the number Emeril Lagasse leads with on the 26-quart French door at $149.99. 24. So here's the obvious question. How many of those will you actually use? Because a function count is a marketing number, not a performance number. And at $149, this needs to earn every dollar against leaner, cheaper competition. The 4.4-star rating across nearly 17,000 reviews suggests real buyers aren't hating it. That's a meaningful sample size. But the French door design and the dual-speed fan with 360-degree air circulation are the specs worth interrogating, not the function list. The 26-quart capacity is legitimately large. The automatic toast shutoff is a small detail that prevents real problems. The stainless exterior looks premium. What's missing here is hard performance data, independently tested cook times, temperature accuracy, actual preheat speed. Without that, you're buying into marketing language dressed as specification. For a casual family kitchen with counter space to spare, it's probably fine. For anyone who actually wants to know if it outperforms the cheaper options below it, we just don't have the proof yet. At $319.95, the Breville BOV900BSS doesn't whisper its ambitions. It announces them. 13 cooking functions, 5 independent quartz heating elements, a 2-speed convection fan Breville calls super convection, claiming it cuts cooking time by up to 30%. That is a serious spec sheet. The question is whether $320 actually buys you that performance, or just the marketing around it. What genuinely holds up, 12,895 reviews at 4.5 stars, is a sample size you can't fake. That's a real-world signal. The Element IQ system, smart algorithms redistributing power across those 5 elements, does translate to more even heat distribution than a single-element oven. You're not rotating your sheet pan every 8 minutes hoping one side doesn't burn. The air fry and dehydrate settings are legitimate additions, not checkboxes. But here's the honest friction. At this price, probably works well isn't enough. You need to know it measurably outperforms the $200 range, and the hard data to prove that gap doesn't exist yet. Bestseller badge earned by volume. Whether it's earned by performance at this price tier is still the open question heading into our top picks. At $139.99, the Ninja SP101 leads with a big claim, XL capacity, 8 functions, and a flip-up design that supposedly solves your counter space problem. Let's stress test that. The flip-up lid is genuinely clever. It parks flat against the wall instead of swinging out toward you. Real benefit, not marketing fluff. But XL capacity needs context. Ninja's own spec says 45% more usable pan area than specific Cuisinart models. That's a narrow comparison, not a blanket category win, and the interior height is approximately 3 inches. 3. That limits what actually fits. 6 chicken breasts or a 13-inch pizza sounds generous until your dish is 4 inches tall. The 29,665 reviews and 4.5-star rating look authoritative. But review volume reflects sales volume, not a performance verdict at this price tier. Nearly 30,000 people bought it. That doesn't tell you how it compares to the next pick. The 1,800 watts and 60% faster cooking claim versus a traditional oven are real specs, just not independently verified here. Promising on paper, unresolved in testing. Worth considering, but not before you see what's next. Gormia calls this one Fry Force 360 degrees. That's a marketing term, not a spec. What it actually means is 1,700 watt convection airflow circulating heat around the cavity. Fine. Most air fryer ovens do that. So the real question at $94.82 is whether the hardware justifies the name on the box. The French door design is genuinely useful. One hand opens both doors, which matters when you're pulling out a 12-inch pizza and your other hand is holding a towel. That's a real-world win. The 25-quart cavity claims 6 slice toast capacity and fits a whole chicken. Plausible for the size class. The 17 presets and 90 to 450 degree range cover everything from dehydrating to broiling. On paper, solid. But here's the problem. We have 3,762 reviews at a 4.3 rating, which suggests real-world buyers are mostly satisfied. Yet no independent performance data exists to stress test the Fry Force claim against actual cook results. Marketing confidence without verification is still just confidence. At under $95, the price is genuinely competitive. But competitive price and best value aren't the same thing. Who it's for? Someone who wants the French door convenience and doesn't need lab-verified performance. Who should wait? You, if the next option closes that data gap. That brings us to the one that actually surprised me. At $89.99, the Hamilton Beach claims 6 slices of toast, a full 12-inch pizza, and 4 cooking functions. Bold promises for the cheapest unit in this lineup. So let's stress test that. The 12-inch pizza claim is real, the interior dimensions back it up, and the 9x11 baking pan compatibility confirms usable depth, not just marketing headroom. 2 rack positions mean you're not locked into one cooking geometry. 4 functions: toast, air fry, bake, broil. Nothing exotic. Everything you actually use. The SureCrisp convection system handles even browning without oil. That's a measurable outcome, not a tagline. The roll-top door keeps counter clearance manageable. 1,400 watts drives the whole thing. Now, independent long-term data is thin here. 3,875 reviews at 4.3 stars tells you owners aren't returning it angry, but that's not the same as lab-verified performance. What it is, the most capacity per dollar in this comparison. What it isn't, a proven performer against a controlled benchmark. If price is the constraint, this is the math that works. So here's where everything shakes out. On capacity per dollar, the budget pick wins on paper, full stop. But review volume and rating consistency tell a different story. The top-rated models here carry significantly more verified feedback, which means fewer surprises when yours arrives. That matters. A cheap blender that breaks in month 2 isn't a deal. It's a tax. Match the model to the problem. Tight budget, maximum volume, go budget. You cook daily and reliability isn't negotiable. The higher reviewed option earns that premium. And if counter space is the actual constraint, that changes the math entirely. The next pick addresses exactly that, so here's where it lands. Budget tier. You get the job done, barely. Mid-range. That's where the real value lives. More capability, not more compromise. And the top pick? It earned that spot on every metric that actually matters, not just the one on the box. Price isn't the decision. The gap between what the marketing promises and what you're actually living with 6 months from now, that's the decision. Buy accordingly. Links are in the description. Current prices, no fluff. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this, and drop a comment. What's the one kitchen product that's actually let you down? I read those.